Hi, Rachel. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Julie Gilbert joining you from Oregon Weight and Wellness.
Hey, everybody.
Here in my office where we find hope and restore health. So Rachel, I'm shivering today. I've got two sweaters on. The sun was out. I was all geared up for warm with the sun, but
it took a turn.
Yes. That's okay. I love the sun. I'm not going to complain. Yeah.
No. I posted that I planted my little starts. I've got some kale and some broccolini starts. And then a patient commented, "Hey, Rachel, it's going to freeze. Make sure you cover them up." And I forgot to cover them. So I'm hoping they didn't die.
Yeah.
Freeze.
Yeah. We've got our starts. We're so spoiled because my 92-year-old neighbor has a greenhouse, and she's in her greenhouse every day this time of year, tending to these little seedlings. Yeah. So she's got starts for all kinds of vegetables for us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I know. So we don't have them in the ground yet, but they are doing super well in her greenhouse over there. So
that's awesome.
But all right, well, let's keep going in our book, Eat, Move, Sleep by Tom Rath. And he, every week every chapter has he summarizes some data or some research around these subjects, eating, moving, sleeping. And so he gives us some pro tips. So what does he have to say for chapter 2?
All right. So chapter 2, he starts off with the eating part, right? So eat, move, sleep. He starts off with eat. And I love this. This is like a tagline. It's so great. Every bite is a net gain or loss.
Yeah.
So he basically says, his tip is ask yourself if the next food you put in your mouth is net gain or net loss. Yeah. It can be that simple. What's going in right now? How do I feel? How do I evaluate this? And he says repeat throughout the day.
Repeat. Yeah, it is a mindfulness tip, right? It's mindfulness. It's really stopping, thinking, being present in the moment. Is this food going to help me, or could it harm me? Yeah. Is it going to take me toward my goal, or is it going to take me away? Maybe it's a neutral. It could be neutral, I suppose. But but I think of that mindfulness piece, Rachel. I think of this little, the little bubble, the little bloop, 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 and then the thought cloud.
Yes.
And I picture like a fork in the road. There's a path, and then there's a fork in the road. And so as I'm eating, I stop and I'm thinking, okay, is this going to take me down the path to my goals?
Yeah.
Or, is it going to take me away from my goals? So, yeah.
What a great practice. And you can really picture that, because we know with every little step towards our goals, we kind of get motivated to do another one, do it again. And every step that kind of leads us away, it kind of just gets easier to keep
away. Doing that one. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that imagery of which path does this take me down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he refers to, in coaching, we talk a lot about healthy upgrades. So I use that term to say, okay, when you're looking at your food and you're just getting started, like he mentioned last week, start small, start with the little change you can make. And every time you make a little bit more of an upgrade. If I'm looking at a recipe that's brand new to me, my first thought is, all right, how am I going to upgrade this? Right? If it's off the website or the internet somewhere, I'm going to give it some tweaks. And a healthy upgrade makes those meals better than before, better than you would have. And he makes a comment. He says, I could tell myself that eating salmon is better than eating, fried chicken or something like that.
Right.
But really what I wanted to do is I wanted to get that sugary barbecue sauce. That's what he really knew. Right. Yeah. So if you're starting off and you're just replacing the fried greasy chicken with some salmon, that's a win. That's that right step forward. And you don't stop there. We keep going. And then we start to look at, there's that sugary barbecue sauce all over.
Yeah.
Let's get.
I like he calls it like pancake syrup on his.
Which it really is. It's just savory pancake syrup.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So then take the next. Yeah, it's a step in the right direction, and then you're going to keep going. Right.
And then keep going.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
don't stop there.
Don't stop
Once
there.
you make those changes.
I love it. All right. What's next?
All right. Number 2, when it comes to the move, he says, step away from your chair. And the tip that he gives is try to eliminate stepping away. You notice we're both.
Hey, you're standing. I'm standing. We're standing.
Oh, yeah. We're nailing it. Yeah. Yeah. He says, eliminate an hour of chair time from your daily routine. So, and when you do that, he says you can stand, you can stretch, move around. And I thought of the Pomodoro timer. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. I have it downloaded on my computer. So basically, every 25 minutes, it bings at me. Oh. And this is a reminder for me. I get a 5-minute break after every 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I just, if I'm sitting, I stand, I move around, I look out the window, I take a couple deep breaths, I drink a glass of water, and then I refocus. And last week, he talked about working in bursts for 90 minutes of deep flow and then giving yourself that break. So I thought if you did 3 cycles of the Pomodoro timer, every 25 minutes, you get up and kind of move around for 5 minutes, do that 3 times, and then you're at 90 minutes. Now get up and maybe have a 15 or 20 minute break. Maybe it's time for lunch. Maybe it's a quick spin around the neighborhood.
Right.
But yeah, so there's ways to use a timer to help you remember to get up and move.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, no, that's great. Well, he says this a couple of times, sitting is the new smoking, right? We've said it a couple of times. Yeah. Wow. So we call it sitting disease, because you hate to think of sitting as a disease, but because of the physiologic changes in the body that happens, like that HDL, your cleanup cholesterol goes down. Yeah. After so many hours of sitting. And we need to, and even if you're a person who, has, really bad arthritis, you can still move your body when you're sitting. Right.
Yeah. Great point. Great point. If you have limited mobility, you can move what you can move. Right. Can you do leg lifts, where you bend your knee and you just do leg lifts, or upper body twists and stretches and things.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Actually, there's a really good, I like this gal. She has some YouTube exercise videos. It's called Sit and Be Fit.
Yes. So, she's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah. So for anybody who has more limited mobility, maybe you're recovering from an injury or you have arthritis, whatever it is, check that out. Don't feel like this excludes you.
Right. Exactly.
You can still move.
You can still move. That's right. That's right. All right. And then he talks about sleep.
So part 3, he says the sleep makes or breaks a day. And he describes how once you started that cycle of poor sleep, the cascade of sort of negative impact throughout the day. We've all felt it. You're a little less interested in the day. You're a little bit more grumpy. You're more likely to put off or avoid your exercise. You're likely to make less healthy food choices, maybe more temperamental. You're not as focused. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Right. It is a snowball kind of effect. And you're always trying to play catch up with your energy. Right. Yes. You're always trying to catch up with your energy. Yeah.
Right. What am I going to do? Coffee, and not an energy drink, I hope, but energy drinks, or, you're trying to find energy from a well that's gone dry and it needs, a recoup. So his recommendation is, if you're waking not rested or not feeling refreshed, there's lots of things we've talked about with sleep, but in this particular chapter, he says, if you're not getting enough sleep, start gradually by scheduling 15 more minutes into your sleep until you reach a fully rested morning. So just small increments. This isn't like going to bed 3 hours early.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because if you do that, you're going to lay awake and stare at the ceiling and wish your ceiling looked a little more interesting. Right. But if you do it just, like that, 5, 10, 15 minute increments, you'll be better. And then if you make yourself get up at the same time every morning, not getting up when the snooze button, kind of forcing yourself out of bed, then you're going to be more tired in the evening.
Yes.
So
you start to kind of reset that cycle,
reset
that circadian rhythm.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, these are all good. Pretty basic, but good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good reminder. I love this book. It's just, if you guys don't have it yet, you should get it. It's so there. I mean, follow along with us, but great, easy tips and encouraging. You finish each chapter and go, oh, I could do those 3 things. That's doable.
Yeah. So, Rachel, what are you having for dinner?
So I made a big pot of 15 bean soup a couple days ago. And so
there are 15 beans out there?
15. I couldn't even name them offhand. Yeah. And I actually added some new ones that I found, I can't remember the name of it, but it was one I found that I've never heard of before. So I'm like, throw that guy in there. So 15 bean soup. And what I'm going to try to add, I've been adding sauerkraut to my soup, right after I've already heated it up, add it to the top, almost like a garnish. And it really adds an interesting vinegar flavor, but also it's that fermentation, right? It's giving that fermented food in there that I'm looking for. So that's for dinner. How about you? Oh, and I took a bed of greens. Always
that sounds good.
Yeah. How about you?
We're doing we're doing fasting mimicking this week, my husband and I. So it'll be a broth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so we're just doing a broth for dinner tonight. So
great.
Our part of the fasting mimicking, which it's not completely a water fast, but you don't eat as many nutrients, to stimulate insulin or mTOR, or it's not bringing in much energy at all, so that you're staying in that low insulin autophagy state, which gets you the benefits of the fasting without feeling overly hungry, hopefully. Yeah.
Right.
I am kind of hungry right now.
Just to be honest. Yes. Now, are you doing it? Is it a 5-day or?
We'll see.
Oh, gotcha. To be determined.
Yeah. TBD.
Yeah. That is my goal, is to do a 5-day fasting mimicking at the end of the group that we're doing right now with longevity and fasting with your patients. And so we'll see. Same with me. I'm like, my longest is 36 hours. So but I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to have that healthy hormesis, right?
Right. A little stress, a little bit of stress. That's right. All right. Well, you have a great rest of your day.
You too,
Rachel. And and everyone else, we'll see you next time. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Staying healthy with you. All right. Bye-bye.